Alright, this is Tuesday the 15th of September, and starting out as I did yesterday by looking at the overall three-panel heat map. This is our 3-day on our weekly on the left, our 3-day in the middle, and our intraday on the right. And this morning I want to look at Euro Aussie. You can see that kind of mixed across the board here. It's saying pretty much oversold on the 3-day map. So we'll take a look at the daily charts here and see how it looks. And flipping over here to the daily charts, our left panel on this chart is a daily chart using Fibonacci candles. I've drawn a fib line from this low represented by the Coppock curve that was below the line at that point up to this extreme high, and you can see that that's represented by these white fib lines. If you can make it out right in here, the 38% fib line, just so you know, is right in here. I've also drawn a fib line from this pullback here, and that's based on the fact that in this pullback on the 4-hour chart on the far right, you can see that the highest high during that period was this point right in here on the 14th yesterday, and we've pulled back obviously. So we are right around the 38% fib line based on the daily charts, and we are right around the 38% fib line, which is here on the 4-hour charts. So we're just about to be above both. Okay, and you can see how the 4-hour Coppock curve over here is starting to hook up a little bit. So it looks like it might be at a turning point. If we expand out this middle panel, you can see how our 4-hour Kumo is well above our 16-hour Kumo. So the trend is very bullish still. We do not have a lot of momentum. We don't have any upward momentum showing since we had this spike up in here. So this Coppock curve on the daily chart is simply showing us that we've had a period of consolidation, which is pretty obvious from this churning that's been happening roughly between the 38% fib line and the 23% fib line. So that period of churning is occurring within the context of that daily chart. You can see how price has been moving up and staying above the Kumo here for several months on the euro versus the Aussie. Chiku is still above the historical price curve. So while we do not have a period of great expansion at this point, we are in a period of consolidation. We do have support, and we could be close to a push back up, even though we're not quite there yet. Now, you may be wondering sometimes, I often mention pairs that aren't quite there yet, but I'm trying to give viewers plenty of time to look at the charts, do their own analysis, and put the pair on some kind of a watch list for trading. Plenty of time before you actually have to make a decision. So on this one, I have not not entered a trade long yet, but that's the direction I'll be taking when I take it, unless something changes in the other way. But right now I see this as a trend continuation long. Briefly want to mention some other pairs. I've been talking a lot about the yen related pairs last week. So last night after the Japanese statement at 11:17, I think it was last night, we had several pairs start to move back down a little bit. Euro Japanese yen is also one of those that I mentioned. Nice big pullback there. Talked yesterday about the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. That one found support in the area I thought it would, and has since been slammed back down. This is a more volatile pair. And then US dollar Canada, which I mentioned last week, also continues to churn in this area. Of course, we have the Fed's long anticipated announcement this week on Thursday, which is going to be impacting markets and is definitely impacting the churn that we're seeing on a lot of pairs right now. But for today, just wanted to focus on the Euro Aussie. Again, not quite there yet, but we are very close in my view to finding some support. All right, hope you have a good day of trading.